Hi everyone, here we are again. We are going to tackle the topic of what we want for our children as parents. So, my love, can you please start the topic?
We all want the best for our children. We all want them to be happy. We all want them to be content. And as they grow older, we all want them to become independent. We want them to have a career. We want them to have love. We want them to have relationships. And we want them to have friends. We want those children to grow in themselves. We want them to achieve. And most of all, we want them to have the freedom to be themselves. We want them to share our faith, we want them to have hope, and we want them to have happiness for the future. So,
I agree with that.
can you think of anything else?
Yes. Well, most parents wanted their children to have an amazing life, to give the best for them, and of course to lead the path which is on the right way.
Yes.
And of course, we want them to follow the footsteps of the parents. Number one, first and foremost, is to let God, to follow God in everything they do, because it after that, I'm sure that it follows the good things that they will gonna do in their life.
Always.
Without God, of course, some other children will go astray.
So, what we're saying really is what we want for our children is the best,
Yes, of course, it's
the best of
possible.
everything.
Yes, to enjoy their life, to have an independence. They can able to have their own life by way of walking in the right path. We want them that they are in good welfare, that they enjoy their life. Once they will reach that, they will be the one to become parents as well. And that's all we wanted
Okay.
from them. We are not asking from them in return for what we have given to them.
Absolutely not. No.
Yes, an
No,
exchange.
because the reward we see is when they're doing well, when they're
Yes,
happy,
exactly.
and when they're living their best life. So, love, what would you say to anyone who suggests that when you try to be involved in your children's lives when they get older, would you answer the criticism that it's interfering, it's
As for me, my views on that is, we the parents should only advise them. We don't have the authority to interfere in their life,
correct?
because they have their own minds, they have their own feelings, especially when they reach to the point that they already fall in love. We are there only to guide them.
Absolutely.
And of course, we want them that they will not choose the way we're, they will choose the wrong path.
But would you say that, given the experience that we have, that we've seen how life can go wrong, we've seen how
Yes, of course.
how the danger can creep in, how human nature and this wicked world in many ways can affect someone's life,
Yes,
can
of course.
take advantage of people, can
Yeah, correct.
lead people astray and into the darkness, almost. Would you say that experience needs passing on as advice, as gentle guidance,
Yeah, that is correct.
just to, if anything, even not make the mistakes we made? Some of the mistakes we've made, we would like our children to learn from and see that there's a better way of doing things. And would you say that's fair?
Well, I think as for me, it's really difficult to interfere really in the life or in the feelings of our children, especially when they reach at the age of adolescence.
Hmm.
That's the time that how many times you are trying to advise them that
Mhm.
it didn't um, register on their mind,
Hmm.
because that's the point where we also experience the time that we don't hear or we don't accept any
Yes.
advices,
Yes.
but we follow our own. Then
Mm.
later on
Mm.
in if something wrong happened, then that's the time that they also realize that, oh, I supposed to follow or listen to the advice of my
Is that-
mother, of my parents.
Is that the famous Filipino phrase, regret always comes at the end?
Yes,
Yes.
that is correct.
But
Because
yes,
and it passes by also, and it passes to the next generation
it
as
does.
well.
It does.
But this is the time that it's really difficult to handle the children.
Mhm.
So as the parents, what we are going to do, only we are there only to guide them,
Yes.
to correct whatever, and still even if they grown old, we are still there for them.
Of course. Of course.
Because we want them to have a good life. That is our happiness, to see
Yes.
them they are
Yeah.
happy, that they fulfilled in their life, then we are happy as well.
So when we give advice, it's only out of concern,
Yes.
only out of wanting the best for our
Yeah,
children.
yeah. But some other children cannot understand why the parents, as for them, they consider it that once the parents advise them, it's already interfering their life. That is not.
But what it is out of love and concern.
Yes, that is correct. Because we love our children. If we don't love them, we don't care.
No, we'd just let them do anything.
Yeah, of course. And later on in their life, when they get mature, they will also realize what the parents advise them is good for them.
Yes. Yeah. So when you advise an older child on not necessarily matters of the heart, because that is interfering, I think, but in matters of career or
Career, welfare.
finance
Yes.
or not getting taken in by scams, things like that. It's purely out of concern.
Yes, of course. They should listen to, you have to remember that is correct. Regret always at the end.
Always at the end.
So how you can able to correct the thing if it's happened already?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Past is past.
Yeah, of
So
course.
it's already happened. So if you can give them the benefit of hindsight and experience, and maybe it's very difficult to articulate just what you're trying to do when you're trying to do it within the confines of not interfering, not ruling their lives or trying to make them into carbon copies of yourself. All you can do really is advise and hope that you've provided enough information so that they can logically work out, yes, that is good advice, because
That is correct.
if X, then Y.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we have to do, is provide information as much as possible, so that
That's right.
the child can make their own minds up
Yeah.
and hopefully avoid some of the mistakes that we older ones made when we were their age.
That is correct.
Mm.
And of course, sometimes the parents, like for example, they have done wrong or mistakes in their life.
Mhm.
When they become a parents, of course, they doesn't want that it will pass or their children will follow their path.
Yes.
Yes,
exactly.
of course. That's why they are trying to correct as early as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like a second-hand guilt, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
You
Of
know, I
course.
don't want this to happen again. I don't want my child to make the same mistakes I did.
Because
Yeah.
as for them, usually they have that thought that if possible, if I can only bring the past
Mm.
into the present, then I will correct myself.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And also, you almost think, oh my goodness, is it genetic? You know,
Yeah.
does it pass down, and will my child make those same mistakes, or will it get worse, or
But that is correct. As the old saying, most likely the parents or the mother says, no parents wants their children to be in a stray
mm-hmm.
and walk in the darkness.
Yeah.
Because what we wanted is the best
Yes.
for them, but
Yeah.
sometimes the parents already never realize sometimes that they are already exceeding the limit sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the reason
Yeah.
some other children it sorted out into
Alienation almost.
yeah
Yes.
that is-
Estrangement.
yeah, they make their own way
Mm-hmm.
without telling their
Yeah.
parents,
Yeah.
because as for them
Yeah.
is
And that brings us on to another
Interference.
point. What we must do, what we must make absolutely clear, is that our children can tell us anything, and we do not judge.
yeah.
That's the important thing. Is if they have any problems at all, even if they've made a terrible mistake, they must be able to come to us and say, "This is what's happened,"
Yeah.
and get a non-judgmental response and assistance with the problem.
That's why it's really good for the parents that they consider their children as their best friends as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So that everything the children will confide on them,
Mhm.
because if they will sort it out to go to the peers or their friends, and the friends will advise them in a wrong way, then
Mm.
that might be the problem as well.
Yeah. Especially if those friends are outside the faith,
Yeah.
because God's guidance is above all.
Yes, correct. So, well, we have tackled that topic today, which is very, very informative to viewers. So, guys, I hope that you like our topic for today, and please give us your comments so that we will know also that you like our video, and at the same time so that it gives us also the ideas
Yes,
that
so
we
we
should
can-
make
We
more.
can expand our videos
Yeah.
to other topic areas if required.
Yeah, of course, so that we can make another more topics for them.
Mhm.
Anyway, we are here to give you based on our experience as well, and of course it helps on us for giving them our experiences.
Mhm.
And of course I know that it relates to them as well
Yes.
in real life.
Mhm. Yes. Life experience.
Life experience, correct.
So have a good evening or morning or whatever time it is when you're reading this, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye all. Bye bye.